the communication which happens within the organizations, the flow, the network, and what types of communication are in the organizational communication in the organization. Okay, for communication and its function, communication must include both the transfer and the understanding of meanings, convey information and ideas. Basically, communication impart meaning. It must be understood, and a thought would be transmitted so that the receiver understood the same mental picture the sender intended. That's a basic communication. Okay, there are few forms of communication: intrapersonal communication, interpersonal communication, group communication, mass communication, organizational communication, and this is part of the one of the forms of communication, which is organizational communication. This organizational communication is very essential for the study of organizational behavior. Okay, this is the basic communication process. All right. When somebody wants to send you a message, right? Say for example, verbally, they will speak. All right. They encode the message. Message to be sent is to be encoded if it's verbal through language. All right, through language. So the sender will send the message through language by encoding it, and then the message is being sent through the channel. Okay, there are few forms of channel. Like us, the channel, the intermediary is the internet, the computer. If it is in the class, it will be face-to-face, face-to-face communication. If the newscaster want to give certain news to the audience, the channel will be electronic media, which is television. And then after that, the message flow to the channel, and then the message received by the receiver. Okay. Once the message received, the receiver will understood the message by decoding the message in the process in which that to translate the sender encoded message so that the receiver will understand the message. That is decoding. All right. Once the message is decoded, usually it is a two-way communication. There will be a feedback whether you reply verbally or non-verbally through verbal communication or non-verbal communication. For example, if I ask you, do you understand? And then, so that means I encode in English. And then the channel is through the internet, for example. And then the message received. And then a message will be understood when the receiver decode my message, asking that, do you understand or not? And then after that, then there will be reply. You say yes. Okay, that's verbal communication. There's a feedback or non-verbal communication through body language, right? Ataupun through facial expression, kan? I ask, do you understand? Yes, tapi you garu kepala, you tersengih. There's a non-verbal communication. There's a form of feedback. So there will be a different signal. So which one I should believe? Okay, according to the study, non-verbal feedback or communication is more believable because it is spontaneous. Okay, there is a feedback. If you have decoded the message and give a feedback or you reply, so that means at that particular time, I become the receiver and you guys become the sender. So it is what we call reciprocal, two-way communication. Okay, what about the noise here? The noise in communication terms is any challenges or any hindrance that lower down the process of communication. Like when we are in class, for example, there will be an accident punya sound. Ataupun construction punya sound, that's a physical noise. When we are online,
不是妈咪啦，是我的姐妹。
When we are online, the noise will be maybe internet issue, internet problem. There's a noise, right? That's a noise. Anything that hinder the communication process. Noise can be also from physio-psychological noise. So that means the ability for the other party to understand your message. Okay, in terms of cognitive, in terms of knowledge or experience. Okay, for example, if Mr. Dylan Raj talk to me about fishing, and even though he has, articulately explained about the fishing, I don't understand because there is a noise because of my lack of experience and lack of knowledge about fishing, for example. That is a physio-psychological noise. Okay, that's a communication process. And there are channels of communication, which is formal and informal. Okay, formal communication, just like in the office, is path follow to the authority change. For example, staff report to supervisor, staff report to executive, executive report to senior executive, senior executive report to assistant manager report to manager. So there'll be a chain of authority. So that's the formal channel of communication. Or message relate to professional activities or related to work and tasks or other formal communication. The informal communication is just like spontaneous channels from individual choice or message often personal or social, right? Even in the office, there will be also informal communication. Yeah, when you speak about TV programs that is not related with your work, talk about your personal life, that is the informal communication. Okay. In the communication, there are directions of communication. For example, okay, before I explain, executive here is in the US settings. Kalau executive ni, dia adalah orang atas, CEO, CFO dan sebagainya. Alright? It's not like Malaysia, executive ni lower level manager saja. But executive terms in the US is the upper level. So just imagine executive here in the Malaysian setting, like all the CEOs, CFOs, so on and so forth. Okay, direction of communication refers to from whom to whom. Okay, communication that flows to a higher level, from lower to higher level, manager to the CEO, for example, the yellow color, we change it to CEO, is called upward communication. And then communication that occurs between members of a work group or members at the same level in separate work groups is called lateral communication between the same level or more or less the same level. All right, it's called lateral communication. If the communication that flows between from one level to a lower level, manager to employee, for example, giving instruction, for example, clarifying about the work to the employee, that's a downward communication. Okay, which is communication that flows from one level to a lower level, a one-way communication in terms of a one-way communication. All right, if it is a two-way communication, when manager discuss with the employee replies or discuss with the manager, there's a two-way communication. There will be both upward and downward communication. There are three modes of communication, which is all oral, written, and non-verbal. Oral communication, the advantage is the speed of delivering the message, and then the speed of the feedback. If you want to have urgent feedback, you want feedback now and then you can use face-to-face or oral communication. With regards to the with regards to the discussion, you can correct it at that time. Okay, the disadvantage, it will be potential for distorted message when passed through a number of people. Okay, say for example, you are a manager, you want to speak to 20 of your employees at the same time. There might be a possibility that the message pass is being distorted through a number of people. Some understand, some didn't understand, and some pretend to understand. Kan? That's the disadvantage. All right. There always be room for improvement, like asking whether you are clear. Are you make yourself clear or not, or try to ask the question in which that you have shared the information to, so on and so forth, just to minimize the distorted message. What about written communication? Any method that conveys written words or symbols like letters, email, instant messaging, or organizational periodicals or bulletins, so on and so forth. Okay, non-verbal communication. Communication that conveys the extent of affinity for another. Okay, body language signals or signifies something to the other person indirectly. Okay, say for example, kalau you bercakap dengan seseorang and then the other party look playing with the phone, look somewhere else and looking not, you know that he or she is not interested in you. That's the body language. And then, for example, okay, this is a tip given to me. When you are speaking to somebody, especially with the opposite sex, right, opposite gender, to know whether there is a potential for you to contact her again, there's a potential to prolong the communication in the future, is when you finish communicating and then the other party has gone already. From the distance, he turns to you, okay, again. Then there is a potential that the person is attracted to you. This is another example of the extent of affinity for another. Body language also conveys the relative perceived status between a sender and the receiver. Okay, nanti I cakap seorang bosan pula. What do you understand by the relative perceived status between a sender and receiver? Anyone?
Is it like in a work environment where you have different hierarchy, right? Subordinate, manager. Is it something like that? The dynamics of communication when you talk to different levels of people?
Yes, it got something to do with that perceived status. Because your body language when speak to other person, sometimes it shows that the other party might have a higher ranking than you in terms of working, right? Ataupun dalam macam kita tengok in the distance, kan orang tu tunduk apabila bercakap, selepas selesai bercakap, it means that he respect the other party. So there might be a perceived status between a sender and receiver. Okay, perceive because might be true or might be not true, because sometimes body language convey different meanings. Okay, good, Avina. Okay, meaning changes with intonation. What do you mean by meaning changes with intonation? Kalau you tanya your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever, you tanya, you marah tak? Lepas tu dia kata, mana ada marah? You nak percaya mana, dia marah ke dia tak marah, kan? Mana nak percaya? You believe on the verbal itself or the tone itself?
Tone.
Yes, the tone. So meaning changes with the intonation. And then facial expression. And you can see, because most of the time non-verbal reflexes didn't lie. It comes spontaneously. And then meaning changes with physical distance. Okay, when you see a distance between one person to another, they communicate with you something. if it is close to you, there might be a strong relationship between two parties. There are also social distance. It means that where, for example, when you are in a certain parties, certain events, there are social distance when you want to speak to other invitees. Okay, choosing communication method. Channel choice depends on whether the message is routine. Okay, when you use oral communication, when you use written communication, and when you use non-verbal communication. Choosing oral communication is when gauging with receivers' receptivity is important, okay? Or other phenomenon is when you want to speak something that is private or confidential, or when you want to say something, or when you want to deliver certain news like disciplinary action. So you use oral communication with face-to-face privately, and then consider the receiver's preferences, pace of work environment, and your speaking ability. If you want to use oral communication, choosing written communication provides a tangible and verifiable record that can be stored for an indefinite period of time. It is recorded, okay? Even though meeting is a verbal communication, but it is recorded when there is a minutes of meeting, right? Might be here is a written communication, but if it is pre-recorded, but it's not written communication, it will be pre-recorded in the video, right? It can be stored for the indefinite period of time. Okay, message is physically available for later reference, and message are more likely to be well thought out, logical, and clear, and grammar mistake can be problematic. Okay, I want to raise one issue, right? Because there are certain company or organization is very sensitive when we are using a written communication. For example, a reminder and so on and so forth. Okay, it is depend on the corporate culture. It depends on the rules and regulations of the company. Okay, sometimes written communication does not reflect well to somebody. So it goes back to the policies of the company itself. These are the barriers of communication. What is filtering? Anyone?
What to say, what not to say, how to say, you know.
Ataupun the simpler terms is yeah, you say what you want to say. Certain things that you want to cover, you don't say. You only say certain things to make it look nice, to make the news look good. That's a filtering. All right. For example, if you are a project manager in Penang, your HQ general manager asks you how's the progress. Everything follow time, and everything is on progress. Okay, but you never tell the general manager about the what we call the VO, variety order, about the mistake that you have made, and you have to redo the thing again. You have to fork up extra what we call extra charges when you have to buy the raw materials again. That one you did tell. You just say that everything follows the deadline. That's example of filtering. What about selective perception? It is also a barrier to effective communication.
Isn't it like almost the same as the filtering, Prof?
Okay, almost, but not 100%.
So you
Perception is in the
so you just select whatever you want them to hear without telling the whole story.
okay. Perception actually is your thinking, your opinion, right? Selective perception. Okay, so that means based on your own thinking, all right, without considering any other contradictory facts. That's a selective perception.
If I may add, it also applies to the type of mode of communication you're using. For example, if you're using written WhatsApps or emails, considering they're one-dimensional, emotions isn't involved. So how I understand it and how you understand it is two different things. Hence, selective perception, which is why it's important to word it properly lah. So
Yes, correct.
that's my take on it.
Yeah, good. All right, betul. That's selective perception. Right? Okay. Information overload. Yang ni senang.
Contoh paling bagus keyboard warrior lah.
Kenapa?
I mean, these informations are basically considered overload because they're not fact-based. It's just, tak ada basis. That's my take.
Okay, that is selective perception. Correct. But what about information overload? There's a barriers of communication as well. Okay, if you are in a meeting for 3 hours, will you remember everything?
Absolutely
Right.
not.
Okay. So if we deliver abundant of information, you can't expect that your staff will remember everything. So know how to limit the information that is delivered at one time. Might be you can give other information at another time, or alternatively, right? You have some certain written information, or where they can download this information that you have given to you, right? Any recorded information, if you think that information verbally that you want to give is too much, right? And then emotions is also a barrier to effective communication, right? That's easy lah, kan? When somebody give an opinion that is contradicting to you, you have to sustain your emotion, let them finish talking, and then after that give your criticism or give your opinions. Then language is also a barrier. Sometimes lack of skills in language can also be a barrier to effective communication. Silence, apa itu silence? Why silence can be a barrier to communication? Alah Cik Aniza, buat tak tahu pula. Cik, silence can be a barrier to communication. Are you married? Have you married?
Are you asking me?
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Pernah tak you punya husband tanya, you diam?
Rarely. Kalau dia tanya,
Yeah.
then we'll just jawab lah.
Kan? Senyap. You lapar tak? Senyap, ataupun sebenarnya lapar cakap tak. Okeylah, kita teruskan perjalanan. Lepas tu dah on the way. Kenapa you tak stop kedai makan, lapar? Tadi senyap je. Kan? Another barrier of communication is silence. Right? Because sometimes silence can signify a lot of things. Bila kita bercakap orang silence pun kadang-kadang kita perceive that the other party understand, atau perceive the other party tak faham, atau perceive the other party is bored with our conversation. Kita tak tahu. That's why it became a barriers of communication. Communication apprehension. Apa makna communication apprehension?
Is this something to do with feeling anxiety, takut salah cakap?
Betul. Okay, it's also a barrier to effective communication. Dulu pernah pergi kursus dululah English kata, don't afraid to make mistakes in speaking English. One of the factors in which our people unable to speak English because they are too afraid to make mistakes. Kan? Kita daripada sekolah dulu, especially the primary school and everything, kita takut nak cakap bahasa Inggeris sebab kalau kita cakap bahasa Inggeris and then after that we make mistake, everybody will laugh. Kan? That's why there's communication apprehension. And then lying, of course, is a barrier to effective communication. All right. Cultural factors. Some of the studies said that it is also a barrier or a challenges in communication. All right. In terms of cross-cultural communication barriers, there is semantics. What is semantics? Ada tulis bawah ni. Words mean different things to different people. There are the two types of semantics. Apa dipanggil in communication? Okay, the first type is when there are two different meanings, but both have a standard meaning, especially when there is those meanings in the dictionary. That's also semantics. Okay, that is the first semantics. Contohnya kalau kita cakap draw, there are two There are two meanings, and both are inside the dictionary. Satu lagi draw melukis, satu lagi draw seri kan, ataupun you draw into conclusion. That's another meaning. Another semantics is like meaning in which it applies to the different types of surroundings, different type of settings, or different types of what we call concept. Kan? Like semantics, like I give you an example. Cik Nasrul datang lambat ke office. Lepas tu kawan dia cakap, awal hari ni, that's semantic. Sindir ke, double meaning ke, whatsoever, that is semantics. Okay, it's a cross-cultural communication barriers. Word connotation, it says that words imply different things in different languages. There's also a cross-cultural factors. It might be a communication barriers. What are the example of word connotations? Different things in different languages.
Well, I have a true story to share. This happened this morning. I ordered a half-boiled egg, telur separuh masak. It is this Indian mama. He's from India, the guy who took my order. What I received was 2 telur mata. So in India, half-boiled means telur mata. Kat sini half-boiled, kat sini half-boiled lah.
Oh,
So is that an example that you could just quickly say, funnily?
yes, Ken. There's a good example actually. I want to give you example, but I tak berani dekat sini. One of the example. But Mr. Tana's example is very good. If you watch football, all right, there is a striker used to be playing in the English league. I don't know. Now he's playing already. Norwich. He's from Finland. If we
Oh yeah, I know.
already, I think.
We can't mention the name here already.
Okay. This also
We cannot.
This also another words connotation, kan? Okay, orang lain okay lah, tak ada apa, kan? Tapi kita tak boleh lah, kan? There's also different connotations. Okay, words imply different things in different languages. So dia kata telur, apa dia kata?
Half-boiled, telur separuh masak, half-boiled. If you go to India, especially down south of India, half-boiled refers to telur mata. So pagi tadi, I mean, poor guy lah. I mean, it's not his fault. I still took it anyway, but I had to nasi lemak lah. Not really what I wanted to have, but nevertheless, I explained to him afterwards, and he understood. Dekat sini, half-boiled means telur masak. To him, half-boiled means telur mata. It was a very nice telur mata, nevertheless.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, all right. Thank you. Thank you for the experience, for sharing that.
Most welcome.
Okay. Tone differences. In some cultures, tone changes depending on the context. Okay. If we talk smoothly here, it reflected that we are respecting other people, ataupun in our culture kita berlemah lembut. But then if we speak softly with other culture, I've experienced that with one with Arab people and two with Africa, a few countries in Africa. It shows that we are not confident of what we are talking. Anyone with the same experience? Kalau kita bercakap lembut, kan? Kalau di kita punya konteks our society, it means that kita lemah lembut, kan? Tapi kalau kita cakap lembut ataupun soft in other countries, they perceive it is that we are not confident of what we are talking.
I have experience seeing this Arab people communicating. Seems like arguing, but then actually they are communicating very loud.
Yes. They want to show how confident they are in presenting something, right? Okay. And then differences in perception, of course, like different worldviews in terms of what we call morality, in terms of belief, so on and so forth. Mr. Sufyan is here. Yahoo! All right. Okay. Welcome, Mr. Sufyan. Okay. All right. a cultural guide, some cultural guide. Know yourself, foster a climate of mutual respect, fairness, and democracy. State facts, not your interpretation. Consider other people's point of view and proactively maintain the identity of the group. Because sometimes if we want to change the identity, because during the process they are trying to catch your what we call your identity, then to catch how's your personality and everything, so that they want to they want to understand your culture and everything. But every time you change the your personality, everything, your identity, then they will confuse. Okay, that's all. So let us go to the next agenda, in which is the presentation of the groups. Okay, any group wanna start first? Sekejap ya. Before that, any question? Ada soalan tak?
Tiada, thank you.
Ada. Okay, sekejap. I just unshare this thing. Stop sharing. Okay. Any group wanna start first?
Yeah, group number 2, Doctor.
Group number 2. Okay, sekejap ya. Alright. Let me double confirm. Group number 2 consists of Miss Jawahil, Miss Salma, Miss Raisa Dora, Miss Siti Nazira, Miss Yong, Mr. Fairuz, and Mr. Nanda Kumar. Betul ya?
Miss Yong, yes, correct.
Yep, correct.
Okay, alright. Dengan segala hormatnya dipersilakan.
Okay, can see my screen?
Can really.
All right, thank you. Okay, Assalamualaikum and good evening to ladies and gentlemen. So before I begin our presentation, my name is Jawahir binti Ibrahim and I'm the group leader. I would like to extend my appreciation to all my group members because they have been very, very participative, very resourceful despite our busy schedule and so on. Okay, thank you very much. May God bless all of you. All right, so group 2, we choose expectancy theory as our topic of presentation for this round of presentation. And yeah, let me introduce my team members. So myself, and I have Salma Abdullah, Nanda Kumar, Muhammad Fairuz, Raiza, Yong Ziyang or Megan, and also Siti Nazira. And for tonight, myself, Nanda Kumar, Fairuz, and also Megan and Siti Nazira will run through our slide and we'll do the presentation. Okay, so this is the content of our presentation, the list that we have in our slide. We will cover expectancy theory and key relationship, the importance of expectancy theory, the positive effects of expectancy theory, the implementation of the theory, and summary. So what is expectancy theory? Expectancy theory is a motivation theory that seeks to explain why individuals choose certain behaviors or action in an organizational context. So it posits that people are motivated to act in a particular way based on their belief that their action will lead to desired outcomes. So the keys of relationship, the relationship between efforts and performance, this is referred to an employee expectation that a certain degree of effort will cause them to realize a given level of performance. So this refers to belief that one's effort will result in attainment of desired performance goal. The harder you work, the higher performance level and the greater your reward. So this belief usually based on an individual past experience, self-efficacy, and the perceived difficulty of the goals. The second one is the relationship between performance and outcome. This refers to an employee's expectation that a particular level of performance will cause them to realize a predetermined outcome. So what is performance to outcome or output linked to expectancy theory? So this is a belief that actually refer to, this is, example in an organization, manager can use system that ties reward very closely to performance, something like coaching, training, career development, as well, talent management within the team, which can help employees to improve their abilities and believe that added effort will in fact lead to better performance. So the important thing is walk the talk, bear in mind that they need to fulfill the promises because empty promises can hinder productivity that lead to poor performance. And the third one is the relationship between outcomes and personal needs. and employees' expectation that a given outcome will assist them in meeting their needs to given extent. So the next slide, Fairuz, over to you.
Okay, hi, my name is Spyro. So I will take over slide number 5. So the importance of expectancy theory. The expectancy theory is important in understanding and promoting motivation in the workplace. It will provide a framework for understanding how individuals will make choice about their behavior based on their belief about the outcome of those behavior. So by understanding the key element of the expectancy theory, the organization can design motivational strategies and create an environment that enhance employee engagement, perform and satisfaction in their job. So that's all. I
Thank
will
you, Fairuz.
Megan.
Yeah, thank you, Fairuz. Next, can we have Megan?
Hi, good evening, everyone. This is Megan. Can see me? Okay, now we
Can.
comes to So now we comes to how the theory positively influence the workplace dynamic. Let's begin with the first key point, the improvement of performance. The theory can help individuals and organizations enhance their performance through goal-directed actions. So how they influence us? According to the theory, if the people believe that achieving specific goal will result in tangible reward, they are more likely to prioritize tasks that help them achieve those goals. This emphasis on goal-directed actions can help improve overall performance at both the individual and organization's level. For example, employees focus on tasks that help them achieve their goals, knowing that success will result in real benefit leading to better overall performance. So next point will be increase employee satisfactions. How it influences? The employee are more likely to be satisfied with their jobs when they can see a connections between their efforts and the recognitions or reward they receive. So this theory highlights the importance of understanding the relationship between effort, performance, and result. For instance, employees believe that their dedications and hard work will be rewarded through promotions or their types of recognitions, resulting in enhanced the job satisfactions. Third, increase the motivations and effort. According to this theory, when employees believe that their efforts will result in higher performance and desirable reward, they are more willing to work harder and achieve better results. For example, the sales representative is confident in achieving higher sales targets and earning significant commissions. And so the sales representatives who are confident in meeting the large sales targets are more likely to put in extra effort, which increases the motivations. So last point, the theory encouraged the setting of clear and challenging yet achievable goals. So for enhanced goal setting, employees are more likely to create hard but realistic objectives when they believe that their effort will result in successful goal attainment and acceptable reward. They are also more likely to be motivated to achieve those targets, resulting in increased productivity and goal achievement. So this approach to goal setting aligns with the core principle of this theory. For example, the employees set ambitious yet attainable performance goals for themselves, seeking to achieve them in exchange for financial incentive like bonuses or additional benefits. Next goes to NJ. Thank you.
Can we have NK?
Sorry, NK.
It's okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, doctor.
Evening.
Okay, so today I'm going to explain about how this implementation going to work at our workplace. The first one is communication. So when it comes to communication, it's not about only how we speak to our colleague or like our co-workers and all. It means like in the pyramid, I know like some of us, we only have spoken to one tier above us. We don't know maybe we know who's our CEO or CTO or PD, but we never really spoken to them before. Like we have no idea how they communicate and all. So this one have to be like, maybe we have to just normally like have to, if you are in a position of PD or DPD, you should go and talk to your colleagues, whoever works below you, some kind of encouragement when you see your like PDs are coming towards to you and then you're talking to him and all. And then about the goal settings, okay, if there is a task to be done in 3 days or 4 days, so you give them a goal like, okay, if you have enough resources, maybe you can do it in 2 days or 1 day. So, and keep them improving themselves, like training them to be a better than what they'll be doing all this while. Provide necessary resources and support, like we have a drive with all the information in it, and then we give them a proper training, and then once in a year or twice in a year we can go for a team building, and then we maybe different department people, when they meet together, they can discuss more, and also transfer within the company to the other departments, like how DG used to do, and understand individual needs and values. Okay, in my company itself, like we have a staff, he has to pick up his son or daughter before 5 o'clock. So we arranged him a particular time period for them. He clock in early, he clock out early. So we really understand what the staff needed. Then you can see them like really support us in any time, and also rewarding. Again, in my company, we have a rewarding this thing each and every month, where we reward 1,000 per staff who performed well in the same month. So we do it for the entire 12 months, and then we have once a year, which we reward also the yearly staff, where they get 1 month bonus, something like that. So this is how we can implement of this theory to keep your staff happy, and then also the result will be good. Okay, that's it from me, and I'll pass it to NJ.
Nanda, Nazir here. So I'll be doing on the summary part. So based on my team member presentation, what I can conclude over here, that this expectancy theory provide valuable insight into how motivation work in the workplace. This theory focus on 3 factors, which is effort, performance, and the desired outcome. According to this theory as well, individuals are more motivated when they believe that their effort will lead to successful performance, and this performance will bring about the outcome that they desire. Seeing this, what I can thing on my mind right now, basically this is just like a relationship that can be seen as a chain process. What I mean over here is when employee perform well and they are rewarded, which means this create a positive cycle. The reward and that the recognition that they receive will make them happy, and later will encourage themselves to put more effort for the future, or for their own performance later. So this cycle help to motivate the staff itself to get the benefit, the organization as overall also achieve on its target and also performance. So by understanding and managing this relationship, organization can create an environment that really positive and motivated, where it help the employee to be inspired by giving the best outstanding performance, and also to be aligned with what the reward or the outcome that they will receive. So overall, this theory highlighted on the engagement of the staff, the performance, the effort, and as well the reward that they will be receiving. Okay, that's all from me.
Thank you very
Okay.
much to Fairuz, Megan, and MK and NJ. That's all from group number 2. So now open to Doctor and also the rest of students for question and answer. Thank you.
Okay, ada soalan? Sebelum I bertanya soalan. Is there any questions from the floor? No? Okay. I just want to ask you one question. Can you go back to Mr. Nanda's slide? Okay.
This one.
See,
Yeah.
okay. Reward, recognition, and variance of reward. That's the key. That's the keyword, variance of reward. Because if the employee is not attracted by the rewards, there's no use of increasing the performance, right? They will not increase or they will not increase the effort, and they will not increase their and then because of that, the performance will not increase. Because according to this theory, it depends on the attractiveness of the rewards. Do you agree?
Yes.
Betul kan?
Yes, doctor. Yes,
Apa
yes.
you faham
Exactly.
sama Okay. All right. I want to throw you a scenario in which you have a lot of staff and they have a different taste of rewards. Ada yang kata, I want a family trip. Kalau ada variety, macam mana?
Doctor, you are breaking. Okay. Let me answer this.
You want to
Boleh dengar tak?
Boleh.
Okay, doctor. It's like this. In my company, we also provide rewards in various this thing. Okay, for an example, for all the birthdays, we give them a birthday leave, so they can take a BL birthday leave within the month whenever they like it. If it's their birthday month, then we'll give them a BL birthday leave. They can take it any days of the month, and we have 2 CCL days also where they can also.
Okay.
Boleh dengar? And then we have also.
Boleh dengar.
Okay, and then we also reward them with CCL. If they have kids below 6 years and old, they can also take childcare leave for 2 to 3 days. So this is how, we show them that we care for them also.
Okay. Those reward that I have mentioned, is it based on performance or based on other factors
everyone.
like seniority?
Everyone. This is for everyone.
For everyone. All right.
Yep.
All right.
So for the performing staff, for the performing staff, once a year we have a head count. We will swap them from contract to permanent. Once they are permanent, they have more this thing to, there are more annual leaves. The bonus amount will be different, and then they don't have to check in, check out on a daily basis. They only have one check in, check out for the entire month. So that's for the performing staffs.
Are you confident that they will increase the performance to overall to all staff or employees?
Yes, doctor.
Because this theory is
today is Saturday, and until 7 o'clock, and my entire war room was full here. And now they left. I stayed back because I have a presentation and also a con call at 11 o'clock. So we can see all the participants will join the con call at 11 o'clock on Saturday evening, Saturday night, actually. So they are happy. For me, they are still happy.
Okay, good.
How we are
good for
treating
you
them,
and good for your company. It's just that the thing that I want to highlight is this theory is highlighting, actually emphasizing on the variety of reward based on performance. Okay. So if you have employees,
Doctor, can I just add some points, from my,
boleh.
because I am a HR practitioner. Okay. Let's take, for example, in my company, when we actually identified and developed a rewards or recognition program, we will actually macam, okay, kita akan tengok, okay, we will actually classify and differentiate the nature of work, the position, title, and so on. Take for example, for, okay, like my company, we involved in F&B, we have, you know, I believe that you heard about Spanish yogurt called Yao Yao. Okay, for the outlet staff, we have not only the salary package, you know, basic, their allowances, fake allowances, but we also have the so-called outlet incentive, where we will reward them solely based on the performance, which comprise of the sales if they achieve target, you know, the sales, and if they pass the audit, there's no customer complaints, and they run the operation with minimal labor cost, and at the end of the month, everyone will get this so-called outlet incentive, where we will share. There's a percentage where we'll share equally among the team members. Whereas for business development, okay, their role is actually to buka kedai and to ensure that the location is strategic, so that we can sell more and we can generate revenue and also profit. Okay, so if it's proven it is profitable, we can sustain the business there. So at the end of the day, they will get so-called outlet BD, business development incentive. So different nature of work, different position title, they will get a different sets of reward. So it is a variety of reward. That's how we actually develop our reward system.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Jawahil, and thank you for group number 3 and
Number two.
sorry.
Number two.
Okay, yeah.
Jangan salah group. Thank you, doctor.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, doctor.
Okay, thank you very much for the good presentation. So we proceed with another group. Please unshare this slide. Okay. Okay, siapa lagi?
Doctor, I guess
Group
number
mana
one
lagi
will
nak
go.
present? Boleh.
Ole, great.
Dipersilakan.
Thank you. Let me just set up everything. Give me a moment. Hello, I think you can see me. Light thing is a bit off. Okay, good. So, thank you so much. I want to just quickly start our timer to make sure that we don't exit the timeline. Good. Super. If you guys all can see our screen, let's proceed. So first and foremost, thank you so much for taking the time, guys. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our presentation today. The topic that our team is going to present, the group one, and we call ourselves the Office Legends. So the topic that we're going to present is self-efficacy theory, enhancing organization performance. But first, I would like you guys to meet the team members of the group. So let's proceed to that. Good. So we have in our team Sin Yang Fan. We call her Joanne. She is in the finance department. We have Aniza Khalid. She is in talent acquisition sales, if I believe. We have Lim Siang Chin. He's the ICT PM. We have Dato Sri Ma, who's not here today, unfortunately, due to an emergency. So we will proceed without him. And of course, there's me, and I am in HR. So let's move on. Now, the content for which we will walk you through today consists of introduction to self-efficacy, the definition, as in Bandura's social cognitive theory. Then we will dive into the application of self-efficacy in an organization. How do you overcome the challenges, which I'm sure all of us have experienced this ourselves. And finally, we will conclude with a recommendation and a bit of a conclusion before we leave room for some Q&As. So let's start with the introduction. But first, we must understand how it is connected to organization behavior. Now, organization behavior, OB, we all heard of this many times in this class, is a field of study that explores how individuals, groups, and structures within an organization interact and influence each other, right? So this really examines the various aspects of communication, how motivation works, how leadership works, decision-making criteria, and as well as team dynamics, to really understand how we, human behavior, behave in a workplace. So the goal of organization behavior study is really to enhance organization effectiveness and the well-being of individuals within the organization. And one key aspect of organization behavior is the study of self-efficacy theory, which is a psychological concept introduced by Albert Bandura. We've also heard about him, who actually pioneered the social learning theory. So self-efficacy refers to an individual's belief, my belief in my ability to successfully perform a specific task or achieve a goal. In the context of organization behavior, self-efficacy theory suggests that an individual's confidence level on their capability to directly influence, or it does directly influence motivation, their performance, and behavior in a workplace. So the good you feel, the better you feel about yourself, it enhances your motivation and performance and your well-being at the workplace, so to speak. But let's dive a little bit more further on what all of this really means from a theoretical point of view. So the concept of self-efficacy, as proposed by Albert Bandura, it really involves several components that contribute to individuals' belief in their ability, like I said, to successfully perform a specific task or achieve a particular goal, right? So the components of self-efficacy include, one, performance accomplishment, or you call this the mastery experiences, where individuals develop self-efficacy through direct experiences, of success or failure in a task, how they feel when they actually do the task, whether it's a pass or a fail. Number two, the vicarious experience or observational learning. Observing others succeed in similar tasks can enhance self-efficacy. For example, when you see your role model successfully performing a task, you feel and believe that I have the ability to do the same, so I shall do it, or try at least. Number three, verbal persuasion, where positive feedback, encouragement, constructive feedback, either from your manager, from your peer, from your family members, can really influence your confidence of trying it, right? This is also one of the reasons why I'm here today, because my partner said I should go ahead and get, ADEM and Master. So it's really pushing and the feedback that you get. And four, emotional and psychological states, such as anxiety and stress, which we have quite a bit, which can impact self-efficacy, right? Individuals who experience heightened anxiety usually doubt their ability, while people who are much calm and positive, they really feel more confident and they can push themselves to do more than what they are comfortable with. And fifth, the imaginal experiences, which is also visualizing oneself successfully performing the task that can contribute to self-efficiency, which means creating a mental image of, I can do it, I can really be successful, and that really helps me move forward to do the task and believe that I can achieve it. So these components really interact and influence each other dynamically. So his theory really says the importance of these factors in shaping self-efficacy belief, which in turn play a significant role in motivating you as a person. It plays a role on how you behave in a work environment and a task and goal that is given towards it, and how you achieve them, right? So now let us try applying what we just mentioned into self-efficacy in an organization.
All right, thank you, Vina. So now allow me to share the impact of self-efficacy when we actually apply to the organization. Application of self-efficacy are able to bring positive impact. So basically, employee development can be fostered through 4 key experiences, like Vina mentioned earlier. The mastery experience involves providing opportunities for skill development. So this will boost motivation and performance for the employee. Vicarious experience allow learning through observation. Then this actually can fostering a positive workplace and collaboration. Verbal persuasion basically achieved through constructive feedback. Sorry. And this enhance confidence and job satisfaction. For emotional arousal managed through stress program, like Vina said earlier, and this cultivate a positive emotional states, reduce stress, and positively impact overall well-being and job performance. So together, this approach contribute to a holistic strategy for employee growth and organizational success. Next, Joanne.
Yeah, then Anis. Life is full of ups and downs. Everyone has to face their own set of challenges. Common challenges in building self-efficacy are: individual face challenges if they had a negative or few experience performing similar tasks. Constant comparison with high-achieving peers may undermine self-efficacy. The lack of the visible role models hinders the development of self-efficacy. The strategy of for addressing with the resistance and skepticism are: for clear communications, encourage small successes and conduct workshops, seminar or training sections to explain their relevance and positive impact on personal and professional development. For recognize and reward efforts to build self-efficacy, celebrate achievements large and small, and create a positive and encouraging environment. Customize the self-efficacy development plans based on individual needs and preference. Use assessments to identify strengths and areas for improvement and create a personalized development plans. Next will be recommendation and conclusion by Lee. Thank you.
Good evening, guys, everyone. So self-efficacy is able to bring many positive impacts to an organization. Thus, we believe that by incorporating self-efficacy into organizational strategy would greatly benefit not only organizations, but also individuals. It is a fantastic way to boost employee engagement, motivation, performance, and daily operation routine. So as a conclusion, we would like to carry out a few points that might encourage growth in self-efficacy within organization to form a culture of continuous growth. First of all, we may create learning opportunities through role models to foster a strong learning environment. It's important to offer trainees the chance to observe and learn from experienced role models within organizations. Trainees can gain better understanding of what is required of them in their roles. So this can also help to build confidence in their own capabilities and abilities as they see firsthand how senior staff approach tasks and challenge. Other than that, with positive reinforcement and social persuasion, we can give our colleagues some positive praise when we celebrate even the tiniest victories. You'll give them a boost of confidence and motivate them to keep up the great work. Giving specific feedback so that they know exactly what they have doing wrong or right, and by allowing them to personalize their training, they will feel empowered and self-assured. Third point will be mastery, experience, and goal setting, which organization nowadays should go agile. Start by breaking down bigger tasks into smaller to let it be more achievable and allow for success and confidence boosts within groups. So establish regular feedback loops where employees can receive input on their performance. Timely feedback and retrospective helps adjust their effort, highlights areas of improvements, and boosts confidence. All this will help with organization growth. So to really get the ball rolling, offer plenty of hands-on activities and simulation so that everyone can apply their newfound skill in a safe environment. Concrete experience and vicarious learning are the secret to boost efficacy. Last but not least, we could equip our team with stress-busting activities like mindfulness exercise, deep breathing, medication practice. This will help employees conquer anxiety and tackle challenge with a smile. Sharing self-regulation skills like setting goals, managing times, and prioritizing tasks not only able to boost their confidence, but also empower them to take charge of their learning and performance. So that will be all for today. And that concludes our presentations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nim. Guys, this is all for today. I hope you did learn something. Otherwise, go ahead, ask your questions, or Professor, off to you.
Okay, any other questions before I throw questions? Okay, I lost the slide number. Can you go to the second slide?
Sure, give me 1 second. This one or the introduction? This one, I think. This is the second one.
The second. Oh,
Yeah. Or did you want the introduction where I had his little face there in the corner?
okay. All right. This is the second one, right?
Well, it's the introduction page, the first content page.
First content page. What is efficacy theory? Okay. Next.
Next is this one. Hold on. There you go.
Oh, okay. This one. Okay. According to self-efficacy theory, correct? There are three possible outcomes. Do you wonder how, on the middle stage, the process of perceived efficacy theory happens before it becomes a possible outcome?
This is a very good question. Would you care to explain to us how does that work?
Alamak.
How does it, well, okay, so at the end of the day, what we feel and what I see in my work environment, at least, when you give people good feedback, you show them how to do the work, you give them good encouragement, you make them feel like they can achieve it, it builds individuals' confidence. And at the end of the day, in order to do anything well in your life, I feel personally, you must have confidence. You must have self-worth, self-belief. And if I'm answering your question, I think that ball rolling in the head is, I can do this, I'm confident, let's go.
So you
Right?
instill in your mind the vicarious learning, the performance accomplishment, social persuasion, and emotional arousal to still in mind that can you do it. And then why you ask? you have answered already my question.
Good.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Doctor, I
Okay,
have a
that's all.
question.
Ah.
Okay, this Bandura self-efficacy theory, right? This was way back then, right? Now we have a lot of social medias, and whatever we look is greener than whatever we have right now. Like we see a job scope, was the salary or whatsoever. How do you think that someone can influence us to stay here like forever? Now, like job hopping is a trend already. That's how you can somehow increase your salary or something.
Okay. So that means how you gonna ask, for example, your employee to stay, while the other companies has offer a lot than the current company, is it?
Yeah, correct. We have JobStreet, we have LinkedIn, whatever you want. It's just in the tip of our finger. Just search for it. What is the salary? Who can offer me more than that? You can just WhatsApp your friends. What's your company offering? I want to move. It's like more like convenience. It's not like those days we have no options. We stay forever, and then like someone can influence us. You go out, you will never get a job. Don't play. No, already so many people are ngango, something like that.
Can I help with this one?
Okay, can please.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong answer, but Nanda have a very, very, very real problem he mentioned, that we all go through this, especially us as managers or the company you work in, either your colleague. You've seen people leaving the companies because they get paid better, they job hop, because everything is online, they can easily go. But I think this is why this theory is so important for people like us who can make a difference in a company, because when we learn things like this, we realize the policies, our career development, our onboarding trainings, our comp and ban in a company, the reward that we provide, our salary, KPIs, all of this that an individual needs to get and do to get their salary and be happy in a job certification, so to speak. It helps us consider all of this and build it in a way that it helps people be motivated to stay. So yes, job satisfaction, right? Salary is one of it to an extent. After that, salary doesn't become a job satisfaction aspect already. What becomes is maybe my career development, the respect I get, who can help me to be better in the skills that I'm learning, who can make me feel better, and things like that. So I think company needs to learn what they can and cannot achieve. Certain companies, I think all of us, we need to learn what we can and cannot achieve. Not every company can give a lot of salary. Like, for example, you see Spotify and you see Netflix, they hire with high salary and then they lay off after 1 year. This happens in Europe every year. And why they do that? Because all they do is with money. They don't really play comp and band. They don't really play on job satisfaction or training or onboarding and so on and so forth. So maybe too much, but I'm thinking if we can just look at other aspects of building people's motivation within a company, apart from monetary, that may or may not convince people to stay if money is not part of why they want to leave. So it, again, it depends on individual drivers. Okay, I'll shut up now.
Yes, yes, correct. That's the industrial point of view, especially from the HR. But for me, coming from the academic background, I just can say that from my point of view, it's just that you remember last class we have a motivation theory, and at the end of the class we have a combination of contemporary motivation theory. So that means if you want everything, because now we're talking about social cognitive theory in terms of increasing the performance, right? When Mr. Nanda asked about the reward itself, how you gonna get staff, what we call to stay in a company. That's might be a different type of theory that you be presented, right? That's why last part of the theories of motivation, if you see what Mina number where is it, number 4, okay, the second last page of the slide, it shows that the combination of the motivation theory, so that it will start on the might be the motivation in terms of work, and then after that the motivation in terms of the reward, so on and so forth. So one theory, okay, might not be having a complete answer. There should be a combination of theories so that you can have that particular answer. Am I answering the question, Mr. Nanda? And
Yeah, the last part,
is
the last part I got it. It's not about only one theory, it's about more and more theories. Yes, doctor. Yes.
okay.
Thank you.
So, okay, I just come from the academic point of view. On the industrial point of view, might be Vina is correct lah. Yeah, because you guys have more experience than me in terms of this HR and so on.
Well,
I have
I'll
one
tell you
experience
honestly,
receiving.
I learned so much from this class, things that I never thought of, even though I've been in HR for many years. So this really is very, very helpful, no matter what industry experience we have, Doctor, really. Thank you.
We share our experience together. Actually, I also learning in the process, but that's why I really like teaching in the experience and everything. Even though ada masing-masing ada masalah masing-masing, pening kepala dan sebagainya, tak apa. This is still a rewarding experience for me. Okay, thank you. Team number 1, a good presentation. So next team, siapa lagi?
Can team number 3 go?
Number 3.
Yes.
Boleh?
Number 3.
Sebab okay, boleh. Sebab somebody tadi PM me kata adik slight issue on team number 3, tapi nak present, okay, good.
Already resolved.
Dipersilakan.
Okay, give me some time. Okay, can you all see my screen?
No, Nurin, it's not there.
Yeah.
It's not there?
Yep.
Okay, mana? Okay, you tengok tadi dia tulis share screen.
Okay, I dah share screen. Kalau macam ni nampak
Dia
tak?
punya I sama kan? Tekan share screen.
Ya.
Tak nampak. Dia akan keluar after share screen, what does it appear on the screen?
So once you share, you will get options kan. If you have multiple screen, it will ask you want to share your screen or you want to share a certain application. You just, if you're having only one screen, you just click share screen lah.
Oh, okay. Okay, nampak.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good evening to our professor and fellow friends. So we are from group 3. We're presenting expectancy theory. So before that, can meet our team. First is Muhammad Aizwan, our team leader, but he's not available tonight. And second, Muhammad
Nurin.
Yeah.
Yes, Nurin. I ada nampak tak presenter window dia tulis this window is just for you, place it on the screen only. You
I
can
think
see.
it's only for Nurin. Yeah, you need to.
Oh, really? Okay.
Tekan got it. Okay.
Okay, yeah?
Alright.
Alright, okay. I begin again, yeah? Okay, so meet our team member, Muhammad Aizwan, our team leader, Muhammad Fitri, Gary Arulnatan, Dylan Raj, and me, Nurin Amalina, and our newcomers, Muhammad Sufyan Sulaiman. So this is our content. What is expectancy theory? Expectancy, instrumentality, valence, and summary. So what is expectancy theory? The expectancy theory was developed by Victor Vroom, a business school professor at the Yale School of Management in 1964. The expectancy theory is the belief that individuals are motivated to act in a certain way based on their expectations of the outcomes and the value they place on those outcomes. If people believe that their effort will lead to good performance, which will be rewarded with valued outcomes, they are more likely to be motivated to exert effort. This theory has been widely applied in organizational settings to understand and enhance employee motivation and performance by adjusting factors such as goal setting, rewards, and ensuring that individuals perceive a clear link between their effort and desired document. So simply put, people work harder when they believe increasing their efforts will improve their performance and lead to rewards. Employees are motivated when they believe their work contributes to a larger goal or value. Second one is they are competent at the work. And the third one, they will be rewarded for their efforts. Managers can motivate employees by aligning rewards and values and providing a supportive environment for employees to do their best. The three key elements of the expectancy theory is expectancy, instrumentality, and valence. Understanding these three variables is key to understanding employee motivation to propel your team to optimize their performance. Key number one, expectancy. So as I shared before, expectancy is the belief that if an individual raises their efforts, their reward may rise as well. Expectancy is what motivates person to gather the right tools to get the job done, which could include raw materials and resources and skill to perform the task. Most common factors correlated with the level of expectancy are, first one is self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is a person's belief in their ability to complete a task or achieve a goal. When a person believes in their ability to successfully perform a task can impact the motivation levels to pursue their goal. Number two is goal difficulty. Is about is where the difficulty level of a person's goal may influence the outcome of their expectation, which means his high goals lead to greater effort than low goals. Since goal setting is a proven tool for generating motivation, therefore setting goal is essential for a person who want to succeed at anything significant in life or task. And number three is control. The level of control you have over your performance can influence the effort you make. Control here means what is an individual plans or strategy to ensure that they are going in the right direction in order to give their best outcomes. So I'm inviting Gary to continue instrumentally.
Okay, good evening, Doctor, and good evening, everyone. So I'll be covering the topic of instrumentality. So in an organizational behavior, instrumentality refers to a concept closely associated with expectancy theory, a psychological framework that explains how individuals make decisions regarding their behaviors and actions in their workplace. So it is developed by Victor Vroom. Expectancy theory suggests that people are motivated to act in a certain way if they believe that their efforts will lead to a desired outcome, and that outcome is valuable to them. Next slide. Okay, instrumentality focuses on preserved perceived connections between performance and rewards or outcome within a workplace setting. There are several key points related to instrumentality, which is motivational impact, performance reward, clear communication, fairness and equity, alignment with the organizational goal. So when we talk about motivational impact, for example, employees believe that their hard works and accomplishments will be recognized and rewarded. They are more likely to be motivated to invest efforts and energy into their task and responsibility. When we talk about performance reward, employees assess whether their efforts on the job will result in attaining desired rewards, such as promotions, salary increase, recognitions, or positive outcomes. So I think that's all from me. I'll pass to Dylan to take over.
Hi, good evening. Thank you all for listening. I believe I can't shed much more light than has been shed compared to all the others. So as you see, we are speaking about balance, and balance says that it speaks of specifically refers to the emotional orientations towards the outcomes representing the perceived value or attractiveness towards the rewards associated with the performance. Okay. It emphasizes that individuals are motivated to act in a certain way based on their subjective assessment of the desirability of the potential outcomes. For example, as explained by the others, if an employee believes that putting extra effort will lead to a higher performance and consequently a promotion, their motivation is influenced by the balance they place on the promotion. So how much they value or desire the promotion. So therefore, balance plays a very crucial role in determining their overall motivational force in driving a particular behavior or action within the framework of the expectancy theory. So for example, we say Sarah, if we give an example on a workplace, imagine Sarah has a dedicated employee assigned to a challenging project. The promise of a promotion is contingent upon her successfully completing the task. Okay, so there is two things that we see in here is high valence and low valence. If Sarah aspires to climb the corporate ladder and the views of the promotion is a stepping stone to her career, her valence is high. And if she does not value that promotion and all, it's considered as low valence. So in valence, as for employees, is very important because without these motivations, employees will not want to go further. And as explained by the others as well, I believe it also explains how important a goal has to be set for a long-term impact. Because if there is no desire and all long-term, the motivation towards working hard or to put in the effort will no longer be there. So in summary, when I'm seeing this, is that there has to be key strategies to develop the motivation for the workforce. They have to have a clarity in their expectations for performance. We need to establish a clear link on what is the performance and what will be the rewards. We need to recognize and respect the preferences of the employees as well. Sometimes it has to be a two-way communication from both the management and the employee. So we will need to guide and cultivate a proper place where the individual can perform and fulfill the expected performance that is required. So that is in for my part. If there is any questions from you guys, we would like to take it in from you.
Okay, any question, guys? Any questions? Before I throw another question. Tak ada? Okay, walaupun ini adalah presentation, the same presentation as the first team did. Okay, can you go back to the go back to the this is page number 12. Next page, ada apa? Page 13, next slide. After valence in the action, ada apa tu? Oh, summary. Okay, tak ada. Alright. Can you go to the third page? Third page. Okay, expectancy theory. Okay, all right. The three key elements of the theory, key elements of the expectancy theory. Okay. The first is expectancy. Okay. What is expected, right? And then the instrumentality, and then the valence. The valence is the attractiveness. Okay. In practical point, how are you gonna gauge whether your reward is attractive or not? How are you gonna gauge that? Before, at the end of the year, for example, you present the reward. How are you gonna gauge? How are you gonna expect that your reward is very attractive to your employee? So anyone can try. This is not a right and wrong answer. I just want your opinion.
I believe self-reflection is important before we even make a suggestion to see whether a reward is acceptable or not acceptable. As an employee myself, I would rather want to know if that reward is acceptable, whether it's motivating enough for myself before I would even try to present it. Then I will try to quantify and qualify it.
All right, how you quantify and qualify it?
We will need to have specific measurements on how we accept the performance and the results.
Okay, all right. For example, through what instrument that you'll be using to gauge whether it is attractive or not?
Production volumes, maybe.
Production volume. Okay. All right. Actually, my question is okay, because the
sorry, doctor. Sorry, can you repeat your question,
that,
doctor?
Your alamak, terputus lah.
No, sorry, can you repeat your question?
Oh, okay. All right. Based on your slide here, all right. We have expectancy, we have instrumental and valence. All right. The expectancy is on the earlier part, right? When you want to increase the overall, when you want to increase it, if you increase the work, it will increase the performance. If you increase the performance, there will be a reward, right? But to increase the what we call the effort, the employee have to see the endpoint is the reward. How attractiveness is the reward is. Okay, that's the key of the expectancy theory. So in practical, how are you going to ensure that your reward is attractive enough for them to increase their effort?
I think the best thing is to do a 6 months once survey, management review to see how the company performs.
Yes, okay. This is my view je lah kan, maybe because I learn about survey and everything, right? We have what we call company punya survey tu apa nama? We're talking about how we want to see how satisfied with the how satisfied employee with the immediate supervisor, with the manager, with the department, the company, right? Data survey and everything, right? And with that also we can incorporate that into the question, and how's the reward, and also how's the bonuses and everything. You can incorporate that. This is one example or one way to identify whether your reward is attractive or not. Okay.
I think if it is ISO accredited company, it's a standard procedure for them to carry out all these kind of surveys.
Yes, correct. Correct. Okay. Ada lain nak tambah ataupun any question? Okay, kalau
this,
tak ada.
sorry, doctor, this question it's a bit difficult for me to adapt because I'm in the construction industry for 18 years. I've been working for many companies and all that. So I got a lot of experience where companies don't even give me medical benefits or annual leaves or something like that. So
Oh.
and even then I've put all my efforts to do all the performance that I can, and yeah. So when you talk about this topic, it's a bit eye-opening for me. I was just sharing.
Yeah, because academic part is just academic part is only ideal or a theoretical part of it. Okay, the ideal thing is this, just like in politics. The ideal thing is this, according to this theory, is this. But when we put it into practice, it's very difficult. Okay, to put it as an ideal, what we call practice. All right, because all depends on, for example, the financial part, okay, and other factors like environmental factors, whether, and then the cultural factors, okay, if you want to put it there, because sometimes the rewarding part from different culture is different perception, right? So we can, in the academic pointism of certain concepts, certain issues, is up to the industry whether they can adapt to this theory or not.
Yeah.
Understand that. Okay, thank you. Also, good presentation.
Thank you.
Team
Thank you.
number 3, yeah.
Yes. Team number 3.
Okay, team number 3. Thank you very much. So, next team. Siapa? Group number 4 or number 5, siapa yang nak pergi dulu?
Group number 4 ke?
Alright, dipersilakan.
Go Tana, go Tana, Tana, Tana sing.
Ada fan.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Assalamualaikum.
Ada fan, respect dulu. Waalaikumsalam.
All right, so let me first introduce our team. We have Tana, myself, Rizwana, and YY. We have Nasrul, Sabrina, and Zarif, and Prabhu also, who is our team leader actually. But due to a personal emergency, unfortunately, he couldn't be here today. So this evening, we'll delve into the captivating world of self-efficacy. So, coined by renowned psychologist Albert Bandura, self-efficacy is the belief in one's ability to successfully accomplish tasks and overcome challenges. So I'd like to share a quote by Albert Bandura regarding self-efficacy. He said, and I quote, "In order to succeed, people need a sense of self-efficacy to struggle together with resilience to meet the inevitable obstacles and inequities of life." So originating from Bandura's social cognitive theory, it emphasizes the influential role of personal beliefs in shaping behavior. Today, we'll explore how this concept impacts our motivation, resilience, and overall performance, as well as the significance of self-efficacy. So over to Nasrul.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Doctor.
Good evening.
Allow me to continue.
Okay, please proceed.
Theoretical framework, empowerment and goal attainment, self-efficacy theory explicitly focuses on how individuals and communities can be empowered with a sense of agency that will facilitate goal attainment. Personal belief and action. Self-efficacy is a personal belief in one's capability to organize and execute courses of action required to attain designated types of performances. Physiological and behavioral implications. Understanding self-efficacy has significant implications for motivation, behavior, and achievement. That's all for me.
Hello everyone, I'm Sabrina. I would like to address impact on personal development. First, influence on behavior. Self-efficacy. Belief shape the choices individuals make, the effort they put forth, and their perseverance in the face of challenges. Second, resilience and adaptability. High self-efficacy is associated with resilience, adaptability, and a proactive approach to problem solving. Third, self-efficacy and success. Individuals with higher self-efficacy are more likely to set challenging goals and persist in the face of obstacles. In summary, self-efficacy belief contributes significantly to an individual's behavior, resilience, adaptability, and success. This belief shift now.
The next topic is about the power of belief. The concept of self-efficacy, as defined by Albert Bandura, holds significant power in shaping individual behavior, influencing confidence, control, and ultimately impacting performance and well-being. Bandura's definitions. Bandura defines self-efficacy as the belief in one's capabilities to organize and execute the actions required to manage prospective situations. In essence, it is about one's perceived ability to effectively handle challenges and achieve desired outcomes. First, confidence and control. Self-efficacy belief influence the level of efforts, perseverance, and resilience individual exhibits in the pursuit of their goals. Influence on effort and perseverance. Self-efficacy belief play a crucial role in determining the level of effort individuals are willing to invest in their pursuits. Higher self-efficacy is associated with greater confidence in one's abilities, leading to increased effort and perseverance. Second, cultivating self-efficacy. Strategies for developing and enhancing self-efficacy can lead to improved performance and well-being. An example, setting and achieving goals. Actively setting and achieving realistic goals can contribute to the development of self-efficacy. Success in accomplishing tasks reinforces the belief that one has the capability to achieve similar successes in the future. Impact on performance and well-being can improve performance. Higher levels of self-efficacy are associated with improved performance across various domains. Individuals with a strong belief in their abilities are more likely to approach tasks with confidence and competence. Impact in enhanced well-being. Cultivating self-efficacy can contribute to enhanced psychological well-being. Individuals with a positive sense of self-efficacy are often more resilient in the face of challenges and experience a greater sense of satisfaction and fulfillment. In conclusion, the power of belief as encapsulated in the concept of self-efficacy has far-reaching implications for individuals. It influences behavior, confidence, control, performance, and well-being. Cultivating and enhancing self-efficacy through strategic interventions can lead to positive outcomes and more empowered and resilient approach to life challenges. I hand over the next slide to team members.
Sabrina.
Sorry,
Sabrina, right?
Sabrina actually, yeah, but she only did a voiceover recording because she also couldn't attend
Sabrina kan?
for today. Yeah,
Come again?
Sabrina couldn't attend, so she just did a voiceover.
Oh, patutlah.
Yes,
I dah
sir.
agak dah. Okay.
Yeah, so
Alright, never
that's
mind. Continue.
all right. So we'll now explore the powerful application of self-efficacy in education and work, driving educational empowerment, professional development, and fostering an entrepreneurial mindset. So in education, self-efficacy plays a pivotal role in empowering learners. When students believe in their ability to grasp new concepts, face challenges, and succeed academically, they're more likely to actively engage in their learning journey. This positive mindset not only enhances academic performance, but also instills a lifelong love for learning. So just to share a little bit about myself, during my school years, I had a passion for art. So during visual art class, I would say that confidently that I was one of the best students. So it was a pivotal moment arrived when I was entrusted with designing backdrops for our school plays. So it's a responsibility that not only showcased my artistic prowess, but also affirmed my ability to handle significant creative projects. And bringing these designs to life became a transformative experience, enhancing my self-efficacy and solidifying my confidence in turning ideas into tangible, impactful creations. So each successfully executed projects, coupled with positive feedback and recognition from peers and teachers, became a stepping stone in my artistic journey, and it contributed to more profound belief in the transformative power of my creativity. So yeah, and transitioning to the professional realm, self-efficacy becomes a catalyst for professional development. Individuals who possess a strong belief in their skills and competencies are more inclined to set ambitious career goals, pursue continuous learning, and navigate challenges with resilience. This self-assurance becomes a driving force for career advancement and personal growth. So furthermore, the entrepreneurial landscape thrives on self-efficacy. Aspiring entrepreneurs with a high sense of self-efficacy are more likely to take calculated risks, persist in the face of setbacks, and innovate in their endeavors. This mindset is a cornerstone for creating and sustaining successful ventures, contributing to the dynamic and evolving world of entrepreneurship. So in essence, self-efficacy serves as a guiding force, empowering individuals in both educational and professional spheres. On to the next one.
Thank you very much, Rizwana. Very detailed, very well done. Very nice to hear that you are using art that heals. Ladies and gentlemen, selamat petang. Now let's go talk. We're going to be talking about cultivating self-efficacy. Ladies and gentlemen, people with low levels of self-efficacy for a certain task tend to avoid doing it altogether, or if they do try, they usually give up fairly quickly because they do not believe that they will ultimately be successful. Whereas higher levels of self-efficacy influence our motivation to give it a try and take that action, and even to persevere when challenges are encountered. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the power of self-efficacy. So now, cultivating self-efficacy involves several key areas that can be summarized as follows. As you can see at the slide here, we have the belief and mindset systems, and we are looking at the performance experiences. We are looking at the growth mindsets and positive affirmations. The interactions between mindsets, belief systems, and performance experiences, ladies and gentlemen, create a dynamic framework for self-efficacy. In this context, a growth mindset fosters the belief that skills and abilities can be developed, leading to a more resilient approach to challenges and setbacks. Positive belief systems reinforce the notion of capability, while favorable performance experiences further solidify this belief. Conversely, a fixed mindset, negative belief system, or consistent failure can undermine self-efficacy, hindering an individual in willingness to pursue his or her goals and persevere in the face of adversities. The next slides, please. And then we'll talk about social persuasion. In social persuasions, we were touching on supportive networks and leadership and mentorship. Social persuasions plays a significant role in shaping self-efficacy, as it involves the influence of others' feedbacks, encouragement, and support on an individual's belief about their capabilities. Positive feedback, encouragement, and support and role modeling from others can enhance self-efficacy, while negative or discouraging social persuasions can undermine it. In a local context or in an Asian business context, there's a saying in Thailand that it goes like this: if you don't stir the water, you will never bruise the lotus. Yeah. So the collective impact of social persuasions underscores the significance of a supportive and empowering social environment in fostering high levels of self-efficacy. Next slide, please. And there we talk about the emotional and physical states of cultivating self-efficacies, where we looked at stress management, wellness, and self-care. Emotional and physical states directly influence an individual's self-efficacy by shaping their confidence, motivation, and overall belief in their capabilities. Positive emotional and physical states contributes to higher levels of self-efficacy, while negative states can diminish it. Understanding the interplay between emotional and physical well-being and self-efficacy is crucial for fostering a supportive environment that promotes positive states of mind and physical vitality. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we cultivate self-efficacy. I pass my torch to my colleague YY. Over to you, YY. Silakan.
Now my turn. Okay, good evening, everyone. Because I go through the lesson, so now I have confidence because they all encourage me. Although not very good in speaking English. So now I'm going to share the summary. Okay, now we want to wrap up for this presentation. So now I want to offer a summary of the key points. Like fostering a culture of self-efficacy in organizational behavior is very important and crucial for many reasons. So it's encouraged for the key personnel to apply the principles of self-efficacy in their respective organization context. So let us cut short this summary in the conclusion. Actually, self-efficacy plays a very important role in shaping individuals and organizational behavior. Like let's see, when we are willing to empowering our employees believe, like we let them believe that they are capable, so the organization and foster like they have a culture of confidence, motivation, and resilience. As we have seen, cultivating self-efficacy through various strategies, we can really lead and improve our people performance. Like they more have the job satisfaction, and overall our organization will be very successful. And then as we move forward, let us remember the impact of self-efficacy in our work environment, and consider how we can apply these principles if you want to create a more empowering and effective organization culture. So I also don't know how to say already lah. So so it's a very big improvement in the presentation. So actually, I have my own opinion. It's very hard to implement for the self-efficacy, especially when we always give instruction, not allow people to talk. So we need to change. That's all. Tana, you continue.
Thank you so much, YY. Well done. If you can go to the next slide, this is our reference. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all from our team. Thank you and well done, team. Thank you. Over to you. Questions, please.
Okay, questions. I pun macam tak ada questions sebab first it's all there complete already because you have take a little bit of extra time. That's why you answer everything of my question. Can you repeat again the idioms from the Thailand apa?
When
Apa?
you the idiom in Thailand, and it's just something that it goes on. When you don't stir the water, you will never bruise the lotus. That's why if you notice from an Asian context, the Thais, when you do business with them, they're very calm. They're very this one. You can never see them angry. So in Malaysia also we have the similar context juga. Budi bahasa tu wajib, itu penting. So bahasa kita, tafsiran kita when we interact, it's very good. So that if it's applied across the board in an Asian context, it works lah. Yeah. So that's why some thought process in an American context cannot be applied, but we try it anyway in our own sense lah. That's
Betul?
my 2 cents.
Okay. If you don't stir the lotus, again, what is it?
If you don't stir the water, you'll never
lotus,
bruise the lotus. If you don't stir the water, you will never bruise the lotus.
Okay. If you don't stir the lotus, then bruise the water.
Something like that, lah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And
New
if I
knowledge
may
for
say,
me.
Prof,
Okay.
the leadership of Prabhu really helped form this. So as a group, we are grateful, but it's unfortunate he can't make it today.
I
His
see. I
family
see.
emergency, kan?
But
Yeah.
okay. Alright. Kalau tidak dia pun aktif juga dalam kelas kan selalunya. Okay.
Memang.
Can you go back one more slide? I nak tengok, I lupa dah slide ke berapa tadi nak buat question. Okay. Satu lagi. Tegur satu persatu tak apa Sebab itu di hujung-hujung belakang lagi. Okay, belakang lagi ini 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 this one you adapt to the practical environment kan.
That's right.
Professional development, career success. Okay, self. Right. Student sim. Okay. Go front, right? Go front. Ke depan. Lagi. Okay, lagi. Okay, alright. Tadi career success tadi. Career success.
Stop. Yeah, this is the one.
After education empowerment. This one. Professional development. Alright. Self-efficacy leads to the influence that career choices, job performance, and the ability to navigate challenges in the workplace. That's the result. Alright. Of the efficacy theory. Alright. Good question that our friend asked. I think Mr. Gary. Okay, if you have the career success already, okay, is there any way to motivate that particular individual, okay, to stay with the company, even though he or she is being offered to other company? Is there any relation with the self-efficacy theory? Can you relate to that? Any additional ideas beside my answer and Miss Vina's answer just now?
Okay, wait.
Anyone of your team boleh jawab tak?
Wait.
This is not right or wrong answer. Just your opinion.
Sorry, do you mind doing it again? Because sorry, my train of thought. What was that again? Sorry, Doc.
All right.
Maybe we can celebrate employee achievement, such as celebrate maybe our employee achieve the certain KPI, so we celebrate. Kan? Boleh accept? Hello.
Okay. Celebrate achievement.
Yeah, celebrate achievement.
How celebrate okay, how celebrate achievement ensure that not be jumping to another company?
Sorry, jumping to another company?
Okay. You celebrate the achievement kan? My question is is the same as Mr. Gary just now. Okay, how you might after the result, the person, the individual have the career success in the organization. So with that, how gonna ensure that he or she will maintain in your company? Can you apply this theory as well to ensure that the individual may stay with the company because he have achieved the success already?
I think
Doctor, can I try? I just found something
go
on my
ahead.
notes from your class. Sorry, Tana, I see you want to jawab. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I just found something in my notes, if you don't mind. I don't know if this is correct, but the two-factor theory of needs theory, there's the motivation factor where promotion, career development, all of that come in. And then you have another factor, which is the hygiene factor, right? So you have the physical work condition, relationship, job security, social belongings. These are also things that you can relate to efficacy to motivate, encourage people to stay when they hit a point where career is no longer a goal to achieve. Okay, something like that.
Alamak.
What?
Alamak. Potong. Betul lah tu.
No?
I'm
Sorry, was
talking
that?
of that. Kan? As what? Go back to what I've said that you can combine with other theories. Kan? Okay. Just like motivation and hygiene. Kan? In which that there are certain part that is that you can fool your satisfaction, and the other part of the motivation in which that you can lower down the dissatisfaction. Okay. As what I've mentioned just now, you cannot depend on just one theory. All the success of your organization, for to take care of your organization, there are certain other theories that you have to combine, so that it can be what we call, it can be practiced to your company. Alamak, Vilna potong betul lah.
If
Kan
I may
biarkan
add
lama
also,
je rupanya ada jawab.
Next time,
you beat me to it, Mina. You beat us to it. If I may add in a practical sense also, Prof.
It's okay. Just share it. Just share it.
And if I may add in a practical sense, it takes a village, like that. So just applying one doesn't thing. It just takes a village. So from an organization standpoint, it takes everyone to come in and chip in and just come up with it. So in this context too, if you validate
Correct.
an employee's
Just to share the academic point of view. Lately, the PhD students doing out research, right? Previously, they might base on only one theory, and then they develop the story and do their research, right, according to specialties and everything. Lately, within 5 to 10 years now, there are combinations of theory, right? They are not putting only one theory, but they're putting sometimes 3 theory to combine to introduce their research. So it shows that the knowledge is expanding and ending, while previously has been studied before, and PhD students must try to find research gap or what are the things that has not been studied yet. Okay, so it has been developed into the combinations of theories, and then after that you table it out for your research. That is what happened in the reality of education. So as to put into the practice, sometimes there are things that you cannot depend only on one theory, but you have to depend on few theories. Thank you very much, Mr. Tana. By the way, it's a good presentation also. First aspect that Sabrina is AI or for punya voiceover.
Now we're just trying to use digital acceleration and stuff. So my colleagues, I mean my teammates, they really try. They want to make time, but due to work commitments, we discussed this and we mutually agreed. So kudos to Sabrina, Hasrol, Zared, everybody, the team. So this is teamwork, yeah. Of course, leadership, Prabhula.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations. All right. Okay. Last but not least, kan, group number 5. Dipersilakan.
Professor, I think for group number 5, I reach you personally.
Yes.
We are not
Oh,
able
okay,
to.
okay. Not group number 3 or group number 5. Okay, never mind. I've made arrangement for you to share the video. If we have time, we share it to the classes as well, due to the certain unforeseen circumstances. But remember, you have to, read by this Wednesday, right? Correct? All right. This is the webinar number 7. Probably the second last chapter. Webinar number 7 is a leadership. It's talking about leadership. Most of them are based on theories. Leadership theory, again theory, yeah. Okay, for this topic, you should be able to define leader and leadership, compare and contrast the early theories of leadership. Few of the most prominent early theories of leadership are trait theory, behavioral theories and behavioral theories of leadership. And then after that, we will discover the 3 major contingency theories of leadership. It is to develop the skills at choosing an effective leadership style. Okay, contingency theories, as what I have explained to you previously, is the theory of the era after the early theories. Contingency theory usually refer to the early theories, and then they amend or improvise that particular theories, and it became a major contingency theories. Actually, on the leadership theory, just like other theories, like motivation theory, so on and so forth, they have contemporary leadership theories, but in this syllabus it is not covered. We only cover until contingency theories. Okay. And then describe how to be an effective leader. Okay, basically who are leader and what is leadership? Siapa pemimpin dan apa itu kepimpinan? Alright. Someone who can influence others and who have the managerial authority, that's the leader. And the leadership itself is the process. Alright, a process of influencing a group to achieve goals. That is the leadership. The leadership is not a one-time, what we call one-time job. It is a process, right? Influencing is not a one-time responsibility. It's a constant responsibility. Okay. Among the theories of leadership are leadership traits and behavioral theories. Behavioral theories are studied by four groups of studies, which is from University of Iowa, Ohio State Studies, University of Michigan, and Managerial Grid. We look at first at the leadership traits. All right. Basically, research focus on identifying personal characteristics that differentiated leaders from the non-leaders, but it was unsuccessful in terms of who can influence others and who has the managerial authority. Okay, initially, this study are trying to differentiate what are the characteristics of a leader, what are the characteristics of the non-leader, but it was unsuccessful. It says that it proved impossible to identify a set of traits that would always differentiate a leader, which is a person, from the non-leader of influencing group to achieve goals. Okay, as what I mentioned, they fail to separate the characteristics of leader and characteristics of non-leader who can influence a group to achieve the goals, because there are certain characteristics of non-leader which also possess in the characteristic of a leader, kan, macam loyalty, right? Non-leader can also have these characteristics, whereby leader also can have these characteristics. So it is difficult to differentiate totally the characteristics of leader and non-leader. So in the end, we come up with the 8 traits associated with leadership, dikaitkan dengan leadership. So even though the 8 traits could have been the non-leaders, but these are also the traits which are associated with leadership, which is drive, right? Leaders exhibit a high effort, okay, to bring the followers, right? A high desire for achievement. They are ambitious. They have a lot of energy. They are tirelessly persistent in their activities, and they show initiative. And then desire to lead. Okay, leaders have a strong desire to influence and lead others. They demonstrate willingness to take responsibility, honesty, and integrity. Leaders build trusting relationship with us by being truthful and non-deceitful, by showing his consistency between word and deed. What is non-deceitful?
Buat lain cakap lain.
Ya, ataupun sesuatu yang mengelirukan, kan? Alright, self-confidence follows to leaders for an absence of self-doubt. Leaders, therefore, need to show self-confidence in order to convince followers the rightness of their goals and decisions. Intelligence. Leaders need to be intelligent enough to gather, synthesize, and interpret large amount of information. And they need to be able to create visions, solve problems, and make correct decisions. Job relevant knowledge. Effective leaders have a high degree of knowledge about the company, industry, and technical matters. In-depth knowledge allows leaders to make well-informed decisions and to understand the implication of those decisions. That is job relevant knowledge. Extraversion, something to do with, might be the leaders should be a little bit extrovert, energetic, lively. They can express what they desire, right? Sociable, assertive, and rarely silent or withdrawn. Okay, that is the introvert version. Okay, proneness to guilt. They have the ability, or they have the guilt. They're prone to guilt. Okay, positively related to leadership effectiveness, because it produces a strong sense of responsibility as well as sense of accountability for others. These 8 traits. In the end of the result, trait theory have come up with the 8 traits associated with leadership. Okay, this is the one of the most prominent theory in the leadership on the early era. Okay, the next is leadership behavior. This one, it doesn't study overall characteristic. It study leader behavior. Okay, they call it leadership behaviors or behavioral theories. Leadership theories that identify behaviors that differentiate effective leaders and non-effective leaders. Okay, there are 4 parties or 4 what we call group of scholars which study behavioral theories, which is University of Iowa, Ohio State Studies, University of Michigan, and the Managerial Grid. Okay, according to University of Iowa, there are 3 styles of leadership, which is autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire. Okay, a leader who dictates work methods, makes unilateral decision, and limits employee participation. This is the autocratic style. There are democratic style. Leader who involve employees in decision making, delegates authorities, and use feedback as an opportunity for coaching employees. Okay, laissez-faire style. This is my boss, KL. A leader who lets the group make decisions and complete the work whatever way it sees fit. Laissez-faire. Okay, according to the study of Iowa, there are these types of leader behavior. Okay. Okay. They said that here, the researchers' results seem to indicate that democratic style contribute to both good quantity and quality of work. That is the early study. Okay. From time to time, it must sometimes it change, yeah, according to situation and all. But early studies of behavior, according to University of Iowa, it says that democratic style contribute to both good quantity and quality of work. Okay, what about the Ohio State studies? They study behavior, but in the different perspective or different dimension or angles. Ohio State study identify two important dimensions of leader behavior. First is initiating structure, whether high initiating structure or low initiating structure. The extent to which a leader defines his or her role and the roles of the group members in attaining the goals. Okay. Some leaders are high in initiating structure, all right? Some are low in initiating structure. In which that, what does it mean by initiating structure? They have a complete guideline. They have a complete rules and regulation that followers must follow. All right. Consideration is the extent to which a leader has work relationship characterized by mutual trust and respect of group members' ideas and feelings. Okay. Some leaders have high consideration. They have a good mutual trust. They respect group members. Some are not. Some are low in consideration. Okay. What is the result? Okay. A leader who was high in consideration help group members with a personal problem. Okay, this is just the explanation. Okay. Dia kata, research found that a leader who was high in both initiating structure and high in consideration, in short form, a high leader, okay, sometimes achieve group task performance and high group member satisfaction, but not always. So that means that in certain circumstances, high leader sometimes does not achieve high group task performance and high group member satisfaction, but most of the time they achieve it. That's a result from the Ohio State studies. Okay. University of Michigan studies. There are two dimensions, whether employee-oriented or production-oriented. Okay. The word itself, you understand already, right? Okay. Leaders who were employee-oriented were described as emphasizing interpersonal relationship, and the production-oriented, in contrast, tended to emphasize the task aspect of the job. Unlike other studies, the University of Michigan researchers concluded that leaders who were employee-oriented were able to get a group productivity and high group member satisfaction. Okay, employee-oriented have achieved both group productivity, and high group satisfaction. Okay. The fourth one, what we can say scholars or researchers who study leader behavior is called managerial grid. Okay. It is a two-dimensional grid for appraising leadership style. Okay. In the grid itself, okay, let me show one thing. Okay. Let me open first. Okay. This is managerial grid. Nampak tak?
Nampak.
Can you see? Okay. All right. The study of managerial grid. Okay. There are two types of what we call axis, vertical and horizontal axis. On the horizontal axis is the concern for production. All right. The manager concern for production is depend on the mark, whether 1 to 9. All right. Another one is concern for people, whether lowest is 1, higher is 9. Okay, it has been evaluated by their peers, the colleagues, the employers, and so on and so forth. Okay, actually there are about 81 grids, but we just the main important ones. Okay, if low concern and low concern for production and low concern for people, there might be a low result oriented or low concerns for people or employee oriented. They call it improvisation. Okay, 1-1. What about low concern for production but high concern for people? 1-9 is called the country club management. Okay, for those who are in the middle, okay, half concern, average concern for production, average concern for people, it is middle of the road, management. Okay, those who are concerned for production, they concern only for result, but less concern for people. It is called a task oriented management. But both high concern for people and high concern for production, they call it team management. Okay, all right. What does the result say? It says that researchers concluded that managers perform best when using 9-9 style. Concern for people and concern for production. So the best is team management. That's the opinion of the managerial grid. Okay, you can compare this behavior theories of leadership to this comparison here. All right. You can read it yourself at home. It's quite simple. Okay. Now is the contingency theories of leadership. First, ni silap ni. It's not. This is early theories of leadership. Never mind. I delete that. Where's delete? Okay. The first contingency of leadership is Fiedler model. Fiedler contingency model says that a leadership theory proposing that effective group performance depends on the proper match between a leader's style and degree to which situation allows the leader to control and influence. Okay, a leadership style, okay, and situation, which situation allow the leader to control and influence. It depends on the match. Okay. The model based on the premise that a certain leadership style will be the most effective in different situations. The keys were to define those leadership style and different types of situation, and then identify the appropriate combination of style and situation. After a leadership style has been assessed through least preferred co-worker, okay, leadership style is assessed by this least preferred co-worker, which is a questionnaire that measure whether the leader is task or relationship oriented. Okay, the result will show whether task or relationship oriented after it has been assessed. It was the time to evaluate the situation in order to be able to match the leader with the situation. Okay, these are the situations. Fiedler research uncovered 3 contingency dimensions that define the situational factors in leader effectiveness. First, whether leader-member relation describe the degree of confidence, trust, and respect employees have for their leader. Okay. Situation number 1, whether it's a task structure, describe the degree to which job assignments are formalized and structured. And position power, describe the degree of influence a leader has over activities such as hiring, firing, discipline, promotion, and salary increases. Okay. These are the what we call the situational factors of leader effectiveness. There are 3. Position power. Dia ada power sebanyak mana? Okay. Dia ada power sebanyak ni tak? Semua ni tak? Hiring, firing, promotion and everything. The task structure. Okay. Job assignment tu dia bagi SOP, dia bagi rules and regulations yang ketat, yang strict ataupun tidak. Dengan leader-member relations. Okay. Ini quite direct lah. Whether the degree of confidence, trust and respect employees and the leader. Okay. And then they will see each leadership situation. Okay. Where is the leadership situation? Here again was evaluated in terms of these 3 contingency variables, which when combined produce 8 possible situations whether it is favorable or unfavorable for the leader. All right, it says that situation number 1, 2, and 3 were classified as a highly favorable for the leader. Highly favorable for the leader. Okay, in which, okay, they can impose tasks oriented to have a good performance. Okay, highly favorable for the leader to use their power. Okay, when they use the power at this situation, they can have a good performance. All right, leader-member relations is good. Task structure is high. Position power is strong. Ataupun situation number 2, leader member is good, task structure is high, position power is weak. It's okay. It's still highly favorable to use the task-oriented structure. Or leader member relation is good, task structure is very low, but position power is strong. Still can use the task-oriented leaders. Okay, when the situation is moderate, situation number 4, 5, and 6, in which the relationship-oriented is more favorable. I mean, is more suitable for use in order to have a good performance. In situation where leaders are highly unfavorable, okay, you see what are the category. It is better for you to use the task-oriented. Okay, this is according to Fiedler models. Alright, kita stop kat sini. Kita sambung contingency theory next week. Please remember me that we will continue on the slide number 16. Okay, because of the age factor, mungkin I terlupa. Mr. Tana ingatkan saya boleh?
Boleh, will do.
Okay. All right, we'll start on this. And before we end, any question, ada soalan apa-apa? Okay. Last but not least, I need to reminding you guys that we have another quiz which will be carried out on the 27th of January next week, starting from 12:01 AM. That means malam 26 tu you dah lepas pada pukul 12 malam you dah boleh access to the quiz, and then it will be ended on the 2nd of February. You have 1 week, 11:59 PM. 10% of the total carry marks. Ingat tak which webinar yang akan masuk dalam quiz? Do you remember? Ada sesiapa boleh ingat?
Tak ingat lah, Dok.
Okay, webinar number 3, 4 and 5. Personality factors, motivation, and elements of group behavior.